Hey, it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another Monday episode of the Chad Prather Show, Studio 22, the mothership, flying into the idiocy with us all day. Glad y'all are here. The idiocy is just on fuego, on steroids. We're going to get into masks and lockdowns and trolls. We're going to talk about riots. We're going to talk about demonstrations and protests. We're going to talk about all the things that you want to talk about because Mama said knock you out. That's what Antifa said. Puppet Master Mark, flying the ship into these regions. Puppet Master, oh, you're such a perfectionist. Candice, the queen of the Ethiopians, planning out a big Thanksgiving week for us all on the Chad Prather Show. You don't want to miss what's coming. I'd love to tell you, but I'm not quite sure yet. So get ready for the unknown. That's right. Justin Case over there hanging out as well. Good to have you guys. Lisa Page made me do it. Lisa Page.
Hi.
Had an exciting weekend with the trolls. It came at you hard. We'll talk about that a little bit. You doing okay? You shell-shocked?
Oh, I'm great. They're just giving me more fuel.
There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. Party Foul Steve got hammer time drunk.
Did I?
What?
Saturday night.
Yeah, we saw
Well, he'd
your
tell you about it,
stories.
but he doesn't remember.
I don't remember it.
I was in the D.C. March. I was at the Stop the Steal rally.
I saw you.
I was up there. Big old crowd of folks. C-SPAN said 2,500. Yeah. Hot News Natalie in the hot seat. We're going to get after it today.
I
So
saw
many
you out
things.
there
Did you?
doing your videos and all that, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, I wish I were there.
It was good. I'm going to fill you guys in. I'm going to give you all the wild and hairy details of the peaceful day and the violent night. Violent night. Yeah.
BLM,
BLM, Antifa, sons of bitches need their ass kicked. That's right.
Hey, I don't
Because
need
they
any
came and a fight they picked.
Can y'all wait till after Thanksgiving for Christmas music?
Beat their gender confused asses.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, it was fun. We had, and I'll tell you about it. You guys, there's a rumbling beneath the surface. And I say, release the Kraken. So you guys didn't see what I sent you yesterday.
I did.
You didn't pay attention to it, though.
I watched the whole thing
Yeah.
and I
No,
was
I didn't
confused.
send you that. That was Lisa Page.
Oh, yeah, no, that was
I
enough.
sent you a Wikipedia link.
I looked
The
at it.
Cray XT5.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
Yeah,
I
it was
know
too many
you
big
didn't.
words, but I did look at it.
Cray, C-R-A-Y, XT5.
I thought it was a car.
Look it up. Nope, it looks like that, but it is a supercomputer that's out there, and it's called the Kraken. So if you guys have been keeping up with the news, you'll understand what that means. Release the Kraken. You missed it, didn't you? See, you've been too busy renovating your house. Don't worry. Don't answer if you don't know. Just don't even speculate. I'm being serious right now. There's some stuff that's out there. We'll see what comes down the pipe. There's so many little spying eyes and things that are out there keeping an eye on things.
Yes. I've been watching the Blacklist. Like, apparently it's 8 years old, but I'm on season 2.
You have a long way to go.
I have a long way to go, but the stuff I'm watching in this show is like happening real life kind of
It's
stuff.
correlating with our,
It's amazing to me that I run a political show. They have all weekend to prepare for the current events, and not a single person on my show knows what the is going on. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me, Justin.
What the Kraken?
I blacked out. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. You guys, y'all go live your lives. I'm just trying to save the republic.
Mark that.
I wanted to. I was with you in spirit. But,
No, you weren't.
all right, maybe
Candace is over there screaming at me. Hey, go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. It's where all the fun stuff is. Go check it out. We got our new album out. It's been the #1 comedy album in America called Y'all Shut Up. You can get a signed copy over there at our website. Look at that. I even signed this one. You can get it. You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm gonna get Donald Trump to sign one of these, and somebody's gonna get a special Donald Trump signed.
Ooh.
Y'all shut up. How about that? How about that? In
Love
fact, I'll
it.
get Donald to sign it right
I'm
now.
not sure I can
no,
forge
no,
Donald's
no, no.
signature.
No? Okay.
It's just like up and down lines.
It is, yeah.
There's an art to it. There's an art to it. Oh my gosh. I'm in a Rude. Hot news.
Well, I can tell.
Can you?
A little bit.
Can you?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That time of the month.
Because we're going to release the Kraken.
Let's do
I
it.
have so many women in my life. I'm in cycle with you guys. That's the bottom line. Oh my gosh.
Love it.
I'm gonna. Well, you know what's gonna be fun is I'm gonna get to educate you guys today on the show and tell you what's going on in the world.
You educate us. I really do learn every
Give
time.
me a kiss right on my mouth.
But today might be a little more educational.
Oh no, it's okay. Hey, with the holidays coming up, Hot News Natalie's available. Hot News Natalie, you know the holiday. Are you a big Christmas decorator and all that?
I am.
You a big gift giver?
Yes.
Like I'm a gift giver. That's
Yeah, I love to
that's
give.
my
Yeah.
love language, right? I don't know if my
gift
love tank is
receiver.
full or empty or what my love language is or anything, but I just know I like giving people stuff. Anyway, this is a good thing. When the holidays coming up, I got the perfect gift for the tactical gear lover in your life. Tac Pack is the premier monthly subscription box for military, tactical prepper, and Second Amendment enthusiasts for just $49.95 a month. You're going to get at least $100 worth of gear from different companies like 511, Sons of Liberty, Gunworks, Mission First, Tactical Armor Spec, and a whole lot more. Every month they're going to send you out AR-15 parts and accessories, EDC tools, knives, and other gear to keep you prepared for when the poo-poo hits the fan. And it's all been smearing on the wall all year long and with no end in sight. So get ready. They just unveiled their December pack, which has one of the coolest gunsmithing tools on the market, as well as multiple American-made parts and accessories. Packs are going to sell out early, so sign up for your December pack ASAP. Use the promo code CHAD, I spell it Chad, at checkout to receive an extra bag of tactical goodies shipped out with your first pack absolutely free. Go to TACPack.com, TACPack.com. Sign up today. Use offer code Chad. We'll be right back. Save for the Republic, man! I know that there's plenty of you out there that want me to calm down and settle down and quit yelling and not be upset. But I'm upset. So we were in Washington, D.C., and I'm not changing for anybody, by the way. I was told today that I needed to start dressing better and I need to look more political and I need to look more official and professional.
But
And-
isn't it because of that why you are
Yeah,
popular?
that's sort of kind of the way it is.
That's kinda the
I'm
way-
kind of,
I mean-
it kind of became what I became by just being me.
Why fit in when you're born to stand out?
Oh, come on, girl, preach.
Okay.
I need that on like a picture of a glacier or an iceberg in the water. You know, one of those little teamwork things.
Makes a dream work. Is that a
Like
t-shirt?
the little
Steve,
thing
get on
that
it.
they hang up in the
Steve,
office, a
get
little
on it.
motivational.
Steve makes it a t-shirt.
Why be like everybody else when you were made
right.
to stand out? You're
That's
so
right.
inspirational.
Why fit in?
Why fit in? Thank you.
When you're born to stand
Thank you
out.
for correcting me. Hey, I got to give a shout out, though, by the way, before I get wild and crazy. Steven Crowder just became the #1 independent news source
Wow, amazing.
anywhere. So, I want to encourage everybody. Fox News sucks. We know CNN sucks. MSNBC is straight out of the pit of hell. BlazeTV. It's a great option for a place to get your news. You get guys like Dave Rubin, you get Stu Burgier, you get Pat Gray, you get Jeff Fisher, you get who's that guy, the big guy, Mark Levin. You get you get Glenn Beck, of course. I had a dream about Glenn. It was so vivid the other night. And I walked in the building today and I saw Glenn, and I said I had this dream and I'd totally forgotten it until I saw him. But in the dream, Glenn walked out of his studio and goes, "Screw it, I'm done. I'm out." But I got so many messages over his last, I think it was Thursday episode, where he
Yeah.
just got so fired up about it. And people were like, "Tell Glenn more of this, more of this." And it was fired up. So we're fired up around here at The Blaze, and we encourage you guys to subscribe, blazetv.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. They still got the biggest offer going. So I went to D.C. All right. First thing I did, I went to Georgia to see if I could help Brian Kemp pull his head out of his rear end and get these votes counted in Georgia the proper way. And I don't know that I was successful, but whatever. We'll see what comes out of it. Then I go to D.C. And people keep saying, "Oh, you're just up there protesting. You're a bunch of losers because you're protesting." No, we're not protesting. We're rallying. That's the whole thing. It's out there to try to change people's hearts, right? You want people to see the solidarity, the unity, and just the movement that is the conservative movement in America right now.
Well, and I noticed the diversity within the conservative
A lot of
movement, and you don't
diversity.
see that. And just to have everybody there, and you can see that people like,
Well,
okay.
and I will say this, and before I get into the details, there was a huge conglomerate of a lot of different people out there. I saw a lot of fake news memes, like people selling Nazi flags and stuff. I didn't see any of that with my own eyes. And trust me when I tell you, I walked about 10 miles that day. I mean, I went all the way from the White House, all around Lincoln Plaza, all the way up Pennsylvania Avenue. I walked all the way to the Capitol building, past the Capitol building. I spoke at the Supreme Court. It was wild, and then walked all the way back. It's a long way, I mean, that's a good 6-7 miles round trip, and then back and forth a couple of different places. I didn't see any nonsense like that. There was nothing but graciousness, and there was, people could say what they want to say about the group, the Proud Boys. All right, Trump. Joe Biden brought them out. You try to make them like some white supremacist, neo-Nazi group. They're not that at all. It's a group of patriots that are very outspoken about how they are. And by the way, they're led by a black guy. And they also, people keep saying, well, they're white supremacists. I said, well, do their black and Asian members know this? Do their Hispanic members know this? Because there's a lot of them. And shout out to them because they're watching this show. They watch the heck out of this show. And several of them groups were like, can we have a picture with you? And I was like, great, this will be on CNN.
Right.
Here we go. But I don't care. I'm unapologetic about that. I'm going to approach people where they are, and I'm going to talk to them. I have open and honest conversations with them. And I've never seen anything that those guys have done that I'm looking at going, well, WTF, man. And thank God, honestly, they were there. Because when the sun went down in Washington, D.C., what was a peaceful rally turned into a wild night. But I'm so impressed with the people who were there. I don't know necessarily. I don't think I've ever seen a crowd of 1 million people with my naked eyeball. I've seen it on TV, but I don't know. There were hundreds of thousands of people there. The news report said it was a small gathering. The mainstream media said it was a small rally.
In one report, they're saying it was a small gathering, and then the next one, they're talking about a super spreader event.
Yeah.
So it's pick one.
There were pictures that were taken, aerial shots around the stage in Lincoln Plaza for. It was before the event began, and they were like, "Oh, look, all 25 people showed up." Yeah, not quite so much. It was packed. I mean, it was a lot of people in there. I mean, you turn around and people are climbing on top of U-Haul trucks to get a better view and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, none of this is going to end well. And I'm walking there because I'm going over there. CJ with the Deplorable Choir, she sang the national anthem. I was walking with them and several of our good friends that are part of the conservative music movement down in the Rio Grande Valley. So they were all Hispanics, and I was walking with all of them. And Jamie was there, Jamie Blanco, and Bianca was there, and Ronaldo, and just shouting out. And walking through this thing, and I look up, and I see Elijah Schaefer, who's sitting on top of this generator, and he's over there just looking for violence to erupt so he can go get in the middle of it and get his face punched. So it was just a good crowd, a lot of folks, a lot of familiar faces, a diverse group. But as I walked up to the Supreme Court, I had to get to the stage, and I had to go through a group of about 5,000 people and just weave my way through. Now, you have been to a concert, and you know how it is when you're trying to get up front or go to the bathroom, and you got to get back to your people, and people are going, man, what the WTF? What's going on? Why are you doing? Come on, man. Come on, down in front. Can't get it. I'm sitting there waiting on this to happen at any given time. This mob of people, and people are like, come on through, man. Get on through.
So awesome.
Let's do this. Just, hey, make a way right here. He's got to get through. I mean, this happened for a quarter mile of people just trying to work through this crowd.
Well,
and that
they all were like, it's Chad Prather.
That last 100 feet. There was some of that, but not much. But they knew that I had to get up there. And there was one lady who even took her 11-year-old daughter named Ellie and was like, hey, my daughter's got to get through. My daughter's got to get through. 11-year-old daughter got to get through. And she just made a way for me to go.
That's awesome.
Just tip of the spear, man. Just using the kid as a battering ram. But I was so impressed by everybody's graciousness with each other. And so to paint it as anything less than just a positive rally where there were, like, if you want to unify, Joe Biden's calling for unity. If you want to unify and you want to get back into this American conversation where we can come together and these are the people I want to have that conversation with. They were fired up. They feel cheated. They feel like the system's rigged. I feel like the system's rigged. It's not a matter of us trying to figure out what happened. It's just a matter of us realizing that we've always known something was the matter. So I don't believe that Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton could have raised a big stink over the election in 2016, but I don't believe she could because it would have exposed this Dominion voter situation in these computers and these ballot machines. Why have we got a ballot machine that's going to send results to all these other countries? Going to send it to Brazil, going to send it to Spain, going to send it to Germany. Why are they doing that and then sending them back? That doesn't make any sense to me. Do you want to know why Joe Biden put Brazil on the top of the list for policing climate change if he becomes president? Because they're the ones who have the information on our elections right now. So those are at least some of the speculations that are out there. Is it true? We'll see. We'll find out. And we may never find out. But I do know when Sidney Powell is on with Lou Dobbs and she says, release the Kraken, as we were joking about in the opening thing, that's a pretty strong thing. There's some information out there. And I think everybody just feels screwed. They feel screwed. There's no way that Donald Trump got 10 million more votes than he did in 2016. And Joe Biden's gotten more votes, supposedly, than any president in the history of the United States, including 11 million more than Barack Obama. That doesn't make sense to me. There's no possible way. So, see, Hillary Clinton, she was such a shoo-in. She knew she was going to be the president, but then when she wasn't, they were like, the scam didn't work. But they couldn't expose it because it would have exposed all their plans. But I will say this, and I agree with Lindsey Graham, if we don't deal with this, they're going to game the system so bad that we'll never have a Republican president ever again. It'll be the demise of a republic, period. But I know there was 1 million patriots out there in Washington, D.C. walking around, and it was a peaceful rally. It wasn't a protest. If people think it's a protest, you're lacking vocabulary. It was a rally. Donald Trump made his little drive-through thing on the way to his golf course, probably. He didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. He's out there giving the thumbs up, big old smile on his face. And he even stopped at one point in time and took some pictures with some people. And
he had to stop. I mean, he had to go by there.
Yeah, he had to go by there.
He's a narcissist.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
He likes himself a lot.
I would have gone by there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, people were coming right up to the motorcade. Presidents don't allow that to happen. The Secret Service doesn't allow that. He does. I was having lunch outdoors at Harry's, and this black guy came by, and he had some red tennis shoes on. He's like, man, Trump loved my shoes. He stopped at the motorcade, was telling me about my shoes and all this stuff. And I was like, Trump's just a trip, man. He's a trip. And this rally was not about Donald Trump. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. This wasn't about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's just a man who's going to come and go. He won't be in our lives forever, no matter what. This is about our republic. This is about gaming the system, and we feel like it's been gamed. We feel like it's been scammed. We feel like that there is some treachery afoot, and that's what we want to get to the bottom of and come out there and unify our voices and say, no, we're not going to stand for this. And so when the sun went down, I was having dinner at Ocean Prime there, just a few blocks up from where I was staying at the Trump Hotel, and just a few blocks up from the Willard Hotel and, of course, the Marriott. Now, I had just been in the lobby of the Willard for about an hour with some friends, meeting some friends, and 5 minutes after we left is when the Antifa guys stormed in there, started throwing M80s and throwing M80s at people who were dining outside. Had they had a table, we would have been eating there at the Willard, and probably a good thing, because I'm not of the same constitution of an Elijah Schaffer. Elijah understands that he's part of the media, and he can't go out there and give the conservative media a bad name by fighting back. I'm not wired quite that way. And the guys that I was having dinner with at Ocean's Prime were ready to pay the bill and go step their foot off in somebody's ass, because we were getting reports from just down the street. People were calling us and texting us and telling us what was happening as it was happening. And so we got out of there as quick as we could. And I'm not going to say who I was with or anything like that, because that's up to them. But some pretty well-known conservative voices out there, and they've had enough. They were like, screw it, let's go get it started. And a lot of that is talk, a lot of that is bravado, and a lot of it is we're just don't mess with us. So I had to escort some people back to their hotels because they were a little bit nervous, and we walked right through the heat of it. They were burning fires, Lincoln Plaza. They were acting the fool out in the street in front of next to the Willard and across the street at the Marriott. And they love to pick on old people. They love to pick on people with children. And I have my theories on how to handle all of that. Maybe we'll get into that in this episode. I don't know. Why not?
Do it.
But I'll tell you what, they made a wide berth for me. They're not going to come at me. People were like, you might want to take your cowboy hat. And I was like, you might want to kiss my ass because I ain't having it. I ain't bowing down to anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe I get my ass kicked. But no, I'm not taking my hat off. I'm not hiding my identity. I'm not doing any of that nonsense because I'm not walking in fear of a bunch of punk-ass people who can't figure out if they're boys or girls, and all they want to do is go out there and throw bottle rockets at people. Mm-hmm. Kiss my rear end. We got to do a kiss my ass shirt. That's my new favorite phrase. Just kiss my ass. Hey, this week we're waking up to a nightmare scenario, quite honestly. The left is on the brink of controlling the future of this nation, and they're funded by corporations like your cell carrier, Verizon, who took your hard-earned money, and when you paid your bill, they used that money to put radicals in power. This is why it's so important that we stick together and support companies who share our values. I'm a proud partner with Patriot Mobile because they never sent a penny to the left, Planned Parenthood, or those who seek to shred our Constitution. You can switch over to Patriot Mobile with confidence because they use the same network as the larger providers for much less, and switching is easy. So keep your phone number, bring your own phone, or buy a new one. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Chad or call their U.S.-based customer service team at 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT. And hey, veterans and first responders, you'll save even more, so please make the switch today. Same service, lower price, and values you believe in. Get free activation and a special gift with offer code CHAD. I spell it, Chad. patriotmobile.com/Chad, patriotmobile.com/Chad, or 972-PATRIOT. Be right back. All right, let me take you to Washington, D.C. here for a second and show you a little bit of what was going on. It started late in the afternoon after the sun came down. That's exactly what happens is the roaches come out in the dark. Play clip 1, Mark.
Ma'am, I'm a reporter. Can you tell me what happened?
No, come on, let's go.
Oh my gosh.
That is
See, that's some bitch-ass stuff right there. You start sucker punching in the back of the head. There was a couple of things. Let me see what clips we got. Play number 2, Mark.
Oh my gosh.
Wrong with these people.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, never turn
I
your
wanna
back
know
on
what
a
happened
fight.
a few minutes before all that, because he looked like he was the aggressor.
He did agitate the situation, but
He could have walked away from that, but he was. I don't know what situation was before
Well,
that.
anybody can walk away from something. But, I mean, that's
Well, the
what he was
fight was
doing when he got
360.
knocked out, is walking away.
The fight was 360. I mean, it was all around him.
Now, let me qualify everything Party Foul Steve is saying with the fact that I was thanking God that Party Foul Steve was not there.
No, because I'd have been in the middle.
Because you would have crawled right in the middle of it,
Probably.
because I know you. I know you. You can't stand to see stuff going on and you not go over there because you got that sense of fighting injustice.
Yeah.
And when I was walking back to my hotel on whatever night it was, Saturday night, I could hear the screams of the crowds a block up, and I was like, well, there's a temptation in me that wants to go crawl in the middle of it too, but I was like, I've seen enough, and I don't tempt fate and just let other people go be stupid, because I have no desire, and I'm old and fat. But that's where we're at, folks. There was no reason for those Antifa guys to even come to that, to be there. It was a peaceful rally. Everybody was fine. There was no reason for them to be there. And so I know what people are going to say is, oh, you show these clips and you just want to incite more division and stuff like that. No, we're divided, folks. We're divided.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Screw
it's
Joe
happened.
Biden, his call for unity. Until he condemns these groups, there is going to be no unity. There's no unity. You got to condemn it. And Joe Biden's got the power to come out and do that. Kamala Harris got the power to come out and do that. Anybody on the left. Where's Nancy Pelosi? Mm-hmm. Where's Chuck Schumer? Where's Adam Shithead Schiff? I want to see. Play clip number 3, Marcus.
That's go time.
All right, there you go. So 2 out of 3 right there. 2 out of 3 we've seen. That one was a lady, sucker punch from behind. And that was an older gentleman on a bike. All right. Jack Posobiec had a lot of really good videos that he was able to post on his Twitter. One is a guy who his girlfriend had him and she was trying to walk him away, and someone runs up and stuck a taser under her arm and tased her in the ribs. And now he's having to carry her. Just ridiculous stuff like that. Then there was a lady who pulled a knife and consequently got a helmet to the face and knocked her out. There were a lot of fighting back. I will say that, and I'm not going to condemn fighting back. People have the right to defend themselves. They have that right. And I will say the D.C. police are shitheads. I defend the police, but you folks in D.C. that are being run by a mega liberal mayor up there, you arrest these Antifa scum and you immediately turn them loose because you're liberal scum. And the police really did nothing to, honest to God, help the situation. I saw a few out there who were trying to de-escalate in some situations, but most of them were not. In fact, they would let these Antifa punks get up and run away, and then they would, apprehend the folks who were defending themselves. It's a joke when you're doing stuff like that. You can't tell me that the whole thing isn't rigged against conservatives. It is. And the police force has much to blame. They should carry much of that blame for what happened in Washington, D.C. over the weekend. And, pisses me off. There were a couple of police officers who were injured. There were some firearms possessions that people were arrested. I think there were about 25 that were arrested. Probably should have been about 200. So anyway, that's what we're up against, folks.
Well, and to be clear, it's because of the leadership that the police officers are getting.
Right.
Right.
If you have a liberal governor and a liberal mayor over your city, you're screwed. You are screwed. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're screwed.
How do police officers not feel like they have one hand tied behind their back? You can't even protect yourself.
I don't know, but it pissed me off to watch and pissed me off to see. But the D.C. police, they didn't do anything right from my perspective, and y'all know how I feel about police officers. So anyway, that's that. That's the deal. And I'll tell you what, we got. You know what I think we do, Steve, is you just snatch one of them Antifa punks off the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take them down in the basement. You put them on live stream video. Candace shaking her head.
Remember back in the day when, cops could beat somebody?
Yeah.
Everybody's all covered in, black and can't identify yourself and just scare the shit out of them. And say, now this is just randomly going to start happening to you guys.
Take it back to the days.
I know nobody wants. That's the thing. Nobody wants to fight back. Candace over there going, "Oh no!" I'm like, look, nobody wants to fight back. That's the problem. Nobody wants to fight back. These are a bunch of confused punk ass kids that can't figure out who they are, and they don't know what to do with themselves, so they go out and join these little groups like Antifa, and they call themselves anti-fascist, and they use fascist tactics, and BLM is Marxists, and they're doing all the same tactics. I've told you over and over again, it's the biggest thing I want you to get through your head, and that is Socialists and Marxists don't give a shit who you elected. They don't care. They don't care. That's not in their system. And I'll tell you the biggest problem, the people who started Marxism and the people who started socialism and the people who came up with the ideas of communism, they hated God, which means they hate order. They hate any form of government that's out there unless they're the ones in charge. And the bottom line, they hated God. Karl Marx hated God, right? Okay. Any one of these people out here that you can point to, they hated God and they hate order. So get them in charge, Joe Biden. I mean, you got Bernie Sanders, who says he would gladly take the role as Secretary of Labor. Oh, good God.
He never had a job in his life, has he?
No, he hasn't. Never. So you're going to let a communist be over the Secretary of Labor. Let's see how that comes out. Real good for you godless bunch of haters out there. Woo! Glory! Glory! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! I got a crash course in home title theft recently, and you better pray this crime never happens to you because it can ruin you financially, and here's how easy that can happen. Legal titles to your homes are digitized and kept on government and business servers and in the cloud where they can be hacked. And a cyber thief will find your home's title, forge your signature on a quitclaim deed stating you sold your home to him, and boom, done. Then he takes out loans against your home until all the equity is gone and leaves you in debt. You won't know until the collection calls start pouring in. You're not protected by insurance, your bank, or common identity theft programs and services, but Home Title Lock's got you covered. They protect you. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title, and the instant they detect tampering, they help shut it down cold. So go to HomeTitleLock.com, register your address to see if you or anyone right there at your address is already a victim. Then use code RADIO to get you 30 free days of protection. That's code RADIO, HomeTitleLock.com. Be right back. Marcus, I want you to play clip 8 for me.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said this in an interview about her expectations on how the Biden administration will be to the left of the party. And she says the history of the party tends to be that we get really excited about the grassroots to get elected, and then those communities are promptly abandoned right after an election. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that she's going to be disappointed or not when she sees the agenda of the Biden administration in the first 6 months?
No, I think that Vice President Biden campaigned on an incredibly progressive and aggressive agenda. Take a look, for example, at his climate plan. It's the boldest, biggest climate plan that's ever been put forward by a nominee running for president and now a president-elect. He's going to make good on those commitments.
Climate plan, which, by the way, excludes China, the number one polluter in the world, but he's on the payroll. I'm going to start calling Joe Biden LeBron James. Basically the same thing. Play.
Chad, can I just say a public service announcement?
Before I melt
just
down.
Coming from news real quick. Why they wear masks on camera?
I know.
I can't. Even your audio guy, even if you're running a boom, which she probably has a lav on, but even if nobody's near you. And we can't hear you. There's an audio issue. I'm already going deaf in my left ear. I don't understand why these people are putting their masks on. Do you think I'm going to catch it through my TV?
I walked into a store in Georgia the other day, and I didn't have my mask. I had a mask, but I didn't have it on. And I just want to look real quick inside the door of this store. And the girl from the very back of the store goes, "Could you pop a mask on for me, please?" And I said, "No, but I can pop out of your shitty store."
Did you? I hope you did. I hope you did.
I did. I
love it.
So much for me spending any money in here.
Yeah, I'll take my business
I'm like,
elsewhere.
really? From 35 feet, you're worried?
Oh, I can't.
You worried
These
you got
people.
that much to live for, honey?
Can't. Natalie,
I
don't
know.
you know the coronavirus? It does spread through TV screens.
I did not.
So-
Well, and also when they say, so do you think AOC will be? Nobody gives a shit what AOC
I know.
is happy with.
That was all irrelevant anyway.
Who's got to please her? But anyway, do you think AOC will be pleased with these first 6 months of a Biden administration?
Thank you.
They're all peanut characters.
They're peanut teachers with those masks on. It sounds like you're trying to say banana with a ball gag in your mouth.
Don't put your mask on when you're on camera.
And she had like a heavy duty one. That
Your
was a
photog
big
is
fabric
not
one.
near you.
Yeah.
Your boom mic is not near you. You probably have a lav
can't.
on. Nobody's around
I
you.
know.
Even the lighting. Stop.
Yeah. I said to a flight attendant yesterday, I said, both inches of your face that I can see are very lovely.
Was she like, thanks? Or did she get offended?
No, I'm so sick of flight attendants too, who have suddenly become Karens in the sky.
Yes.
These little sky despots. And I fly all the time, but yesterday I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
I've had enough of it with you.
Karen's in the sky. That
Your
sounds like a
tolerance.
song.
Just right there.
Karen in the sky keeps on turning.
They didn't call
I
you.
was-
They didn't call you. You got to start calling them KKK Karens because that's what I've been called all
Yeah,
weekend.
you're a KKK
I'm
Karen.
a KKK
and
Karen.
tomorrow night we're going to talk about that a little more in depth with you, you white supremacist.
Yep.
I'm a
With your
racist.
little black baby.
Yep.
Little racist black baby.
I'm mixed.
That's a baby.
My
That's
dad's
the book.
black.
Your dad's black.
Everybody lay off. I'm a mixed child.
I'm mixed too. I mix it up.
We're all mixed.
I mix it up with all the colors.
Sorry.
I'm sick of these flight attendants though. And I know they're just over it too.
Yeah.
But like I could hear them talking as I was getting on the plane yesterday. I could hear the two flight attendants up at the front. The lady was like, "Oh, I've just had enough of these people who just won't wear their masks." And then the guy was like, "Oh, honey, I know. Oh my God, they just don't put it on." Because all male flight attendants are gay. Like uber gay.
Okay, but you're not. You're not really that good at that.
Like uber gay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, none of them will put on their masks. They all talk like Elijah Schaefer with the lisp. They all talk like Elijah Schaefer. Every single one of them.
Oh no!
I love the
Silly.
gay flight attendants.
I do
Oh
too.
yeah, me
They're
too.
the sweetest.
I walked into a bar a couple years ago, and American Airlines was having a flight attendant party in downtown Fort Worth, and they wouldn't let me leave.
No,
Oh, honey!
Yeah, they're feeling you.
you're not good at it.
I don't care.
You are not.
I'm okay to not be.
Hey, did you see our friend Ricky Rebel?
yes,
Yeah, I saw
I
Ricky.
did.
Yeah, he looked good.
He did.
He was
Skin
doing,
on point,
Ricky was
hair on
something. I
point.
talked to Ricky. Yeah, I talked to Ricky for a while.
I liked his hair.
He wanted me to go do vampire facials there in D.C. And I was like, Ricky, look, our friendship has a limit. Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care how high you can put your leg above your head. But, bro,
Yeah.
there's some shit me and you ain't doing together.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, Ricky, there's a
scared to
lot of
ask what
shit
a
you and I ain't doing
Blood.
together.
Blood on your face.
Yeah.
Blood on your face.
Play real quick, Mark. Play clip number 11 right quick.
Let me ask you about these reports, and I'm sure you've seen them, that potentially you might be eyeing a position in President-elect Biden's cabinet, labor secretary, for example. Is that true?
Well, what's true is I want to do everything I can to protect the working families of this country who are under tremendous duress right now. Whether that's in the Senate, whether that's in the Biden administration, who knows? Well, let's see how that unfolds.
But if he asked you to join the cabinet as labor secretary, would you say yes?
If I had a portfolio that allowed me to stand up and fight for working families, would I do it? Yes, I would.
All right, Senator Sanders, maybe I'll call you Mr. Secretary one of these days. Thanks so much for joining us.
If I had a way to make sure that everybody was working in a commune and everybody was sharing their incomes together so that the people on the Politburo...
That was him.
I know.
This
I know,
is
he's a
him.
Muppet.
100%. Sorry, you can't hardly see it.
Oh, yeah.
He's the old Muppet.
Turn it around to that camera
Okay,
right
there we go. Is that better?
On the Muppets.
You got to hold it
Oh,
out.
all right. Sorry.
See,
I'll
this
talk
is,
about this camera
and
work.
you're a
I'm not
TV
good at.
person.
I know.
You know
Whatever.
this doesn't work.
We got it.
I need to. It's the old Muppets.
Yeah.
He looks like the old
the old
Muppet
He
Muppet.
really
guy.
does.
Bernie!
I want to take care of my people.
That one looks like Chuck Schumer, actually.
How does he blow his mouth up? But
Bernie.
tell you.
The last thing you want is a communist as a labor secretary.
Ugh.
Just trust me on that. Have y'all picked a gulag cellmate yet? A gulag buddy?
Yeah, Steve.
You're going to stay with Steve?
Yep.
JK.
Never room in the gulag with a guy on keto because he will cannibalize you just for the meat and the fat, which you don't have any.
Yeah, I sucked at keto
canceled.
this week.
You got meat, you don't have any fat.
Keto what?
Anyway, play real quick. I'm going to do one more little video here. I want you to see this. Play clip number 10.
And what I want to say is I sometimes find it amusing when our opponents talk about the far left agenda. The truth is that when you talk about raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, when you're talking about expanding health care to all people as a human right, when you talk about effectively taking on climate change, when you talk about making public colleges and universities tuition free, these are not far left ideas. These are common sense ideas that the majority of the American people support, and we're going to fight to make sure that they're implemented.
That's right. Everybody gets free stuff. That's the agenda, and everybody supports getting the free stuff. You don't have to pay your college tuition. You get free health care. Everybody supports that. Don't you guys? Don't y'all support?
I love
it?
everything.
Everything
everything
is free
to me for free.
$15 an hour.
It's free. You know what I did today? I pulled up to the gas station and I filled up my truck on diesel fuel and just drove away.
Oh yeah. Oh,
just
that's good.
drove away. There's enough money to cover oil and gas in this country. We're in Texas, for crying out loud.
You don't have to work for it, Chad.
No, I just filled up the tank and left.
Have you thought where Cardi B is going to fit into the cabinet?
She's going to be Secretary of WAP.
Secretary
She's going
of
to be
free.
the WAP secretary. It's good. That's right between HUD and Homeland Security. Housing and Urban Development is right next door to the WAP office.
And you heard it here, folks. All her concerts free.
They're free.
They're free.
Totally free.
They're free. And I suggest that guys like Bernie and those guys, they should make minimum wage for as long as they're in politics.
Drop their security so they have no cops.
Here's what
nobody
we do.
protecting
Just drop
them.
it to even give them the $15 an hour,
That's fine.
as he says.
Yep.
That's fine.
Just give them the $15 an hour, and all the rest goes to the deficit. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
It's all free, guys. It's free. Whenever they build a train to Hawaii, like AOC says, we can ride it for free. Train to Hawaii. Y'all hang tight. We'll be right back. So I've been doing more stuff on TikTok just cause I'm just trying to learn it, right? And so I posted a video the other day that said, and I literally was quoting Joe Biden, and it got taken down for hate speech.
Oh.
Because I'm sitting there in my cowboy hat, and I said, I don't know what to do. I used to be a black guy, but I didn't vote for Joe Biden. And now, like, who the hell is Hank Williams Jr.? You know? And they took it down because they said it violated hate speech because I said I used to be black. But I didn't vote for Biden.
They don't know that you didn't used to be
They
black.
don't have a clue.
They don't know.
They don't know. Part of me may still be black.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Hey. Party time.
Stay horned.
Time.
Stay horned.
I told this girl the other day, I said, you know what? You remind me so much of my mother.
Oh, no.
And it's such a turn on. Man, I screamed at my grandmother the other morning. I screamed at her for voting for Joe Biden. Then I left the cemetery and had breakfast. Oh, my gosh. It's wild out there, people. Go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. Get a CD copy, signed CD copy. Y'all shut up. You can download it where digital downloads are available. Y'all shut up. We'll find out here in the next about week whether or not we're nominated for a Grammy. We'll see what's up. Lisa Page made me do it. Party Foul Nation. Hot news. Natalie, we're going to be here all week long. We love you. God bless you. We'll talk to you next time.